Hiya! Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a list of things that you need to pack for uni. At this time of year is when everyone's either heading back to school or college, or you may be heading to university like I am. As you're watching this, I actually move into my accommodation on the Saturday, and I know a lot of people are moving in around this time of year as well and getting prepped and ready for uni. So I thought I would put this video up now as a sort of final checklist for you and to make sure you've got all the vital things you need, and some of the more obvious things as well that are so obvious that you're likely to forget them. Also for me as well myself, creating this list of things for this video has been really useful in knowing exactly what I need as well. And I could tell you, there's a lot of stuff, so I hope you find this video useful. Let me know if you're headed to uni this year, what you're planning on studying, where you're going and everything like that down below in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're planning on doing. And let's get straight into this list because there's a lot of things to get through. So I've got my list on my phone, that's why I might keep looking down here, just because I had to note down things because I did not want to forget anything vital. But I've separated it into categories, which should hopefully help. So the first thing, I'm going to start with the boring things, is important documents. So this includes things like your passport, driving license if you have one, or if you're planning on driving a car while you're at uni at all, then that might be useful to have with you. If not, you might just be able to leave that one at home if you're not planning on using it, rather than risk losing it. Then also things like your university acceptance letter, your residence acceptance letter. Of course, your bank card would be very useful so that you can actually pay for things as you're having to live independently for the first time, so money would be great. Then also things like any doctor's papers that you have, or your vaccination booklet too, so that when you sign up with your new doctor at the uni, they can see all your medical history and get to know everything they need to without you having to go through it all or remember everything and tell them everything. Oh, also don't forget to take any rail cards or travel cards with you as well, either for travelling home, for if you do actually live in the same country as your uni, or also just for getting around where you may be moving to. Particularly useful if you're going somewhere like London as well. Make sure you've got your Oyster card or railway card, whatever it may be. Moving on to clothing now. Particularly if you're going to the UK, there's a lot of things you need because leading up to Christmas, it's gonna be cold. You're gonna need loads of jumpers. These take up so much room, I'm aware of that. I've literally got a case full of jumpers and jackets and coats. I am someone who does not like to feel cold. I like to wrap up nice and warm, so I've brought a good selection with me, which has taken up a lot of my luggage space, but I'm pretty sure I will appreciate it once I'm actually there and feeling the cold. And also as well, with the UK being a bit sort of unsure of the different seasons, and you might randomly get a heat wave like there's been quite a few of recently, you will need some cooler clothes as well as the warmer ones. So important things to take are jackets, coats of course, basic t-shirts, jeans, leggings. Then you may want to take a few shorts or skirts as well. You may want to wear those on nights out, so a few dresses as well for either formal occasions that you might have at the uni or for nights out. Pyjamas, of course, that's something that I always forget when packing, but very important. Of course, underwear, going out outfits like I mentioned. If you're planning on joining any sports societies, then your sports clothing, or using the gym tool as well, then anything that you need for the gym, as well as any sports equipment that you may need with you. Then of course there comes all the different kinds of shoes as well, so you want some comfortable shoes, trainers, and then also going out shoes. You might want to take some heels with you. Again, those take up a lot more room. I feel like as a girl you're at a disadvantage here because you've got more cosmetics, more accessories and things that you need to take with you. I feel like in general, let me know if you struggle with that as well. But then also for wrapping up warm, don't forget things like hats and scarves and gloves. Slippers may be comfortable to wear around wherever you're staying, whether that's uni accommodation or a flat or apartment or little house that you've rented out. And then don't forget a handbag or a backpack, some kind of bag, one that's useful for going around town and for going out with, so some kind of small bag just to keep all your small personal items in, as well as then a bigger bag which you can use for uni for carrying around your books and your laptop and all your different bits and pieces that you need. And then also if you're going to the UK, don't forget an umbrella. I could say take sunglasses, but I feel like an umbrella would be a better choice. Take sunglasses if you feel like being optimistic though. And then moving on to kitchen supplies. Obviously if you are self catered, you will need a lot more kitchen equipment than if you are in catered accommodation, because you'll be cooking a lot more often and using it a lot more often. However, that said, even if you are in catered accommodation, you will still need a few of the basic kitchen essentials. Just for, I know in a lot of places you don't get food at weekends, or for meals like lunch, they don't always give you your full 3 meals a day. So you will need to be doing some cooking or some meal prep of some sort as well. So useful things to have are frying pans, saucepans, some kind of ladle and spatula for actually like mixing and stirring your food while it's cooking. I like to use a steamer often for vegetables, or you could just use a saucepan to boil them. Of course, things like plates and bowls to actually put your food in and on. And then cutlery is very important. Unless you want to be eating with your hands, you could opt for that option. I mean, it does mean less washing up, I guess, but I would rather eat with cutlery. And I've heard apparently cutlery is one of the things that often tends to just randomly go missing. So I wouldn't go and splash out and get a really nice cutlery set. Just get like your basic supermarket Asda cutlery set or something, because you probably will need to replace it at some point throughout the year. And then also Tupperware. I use Tupperware a lot because I love cooking and baking. I'll often make bigger portions of things that I need, and then I'll need Tupperware to keep it in, and it does for meals for the next few days as well, and also for baking to keep any baked goods in. Always very useful. And then oven gloves. I feel like they're an obvious thing that would easily be forgotten. The dishcloth, chopping board for prepping stuff, glasses, mugs, some kind of sieve for when you're boiling something as well, or for washing fruit and things like that as well. You need some kind of sieve or drainer. Then of course washing up supplies, so gloves if you want to use gloves, washing up soap, and some kind of little sponge or brush or something, as most unis, I'm pretty sure basically all, don't have a dishwasher, which is one of the joys of living in uni accommodation. You have to do your own washing up, but make sure you've got your supplies in for that. Also, you can save a lot of money by using the tap water, and if you don't want to have it straight from the tap, because it's not always best straight from the tap, then buy some kind of water filter or water jug which filters the water for you, and then just keep that always topped up in the fridge, and then take a refillable bottle with you. So around campus, or if you're not in campus accommodation, then just moving around from lecture to lecture or whatever it may be that you have going on, then you can just keep that bottle filled up with you. And also tin opener is quite useful for stuff too, a grater, vegetable peeler, and then baking trays as well, either for roasting veg or cooking things in the oven, or if you're like me, then baking trays for baking as well are very useful if you want to carry on baking. Moving on to essentials in the bedroom, of course, a duvet and bed sheets. Double check what size your bed is before purchasing these though, as most uni accommodation is a single bed. However, I've got very lucky with mine. I've actually got a 3/4 bed, which is quite nice, although difficult to find bedding for, so you sort of have to buy double bedding and it's a bit oversized. But do just double check that you're buying the right sized bedding for your bed. And then things like any cushions or anything else that you might want to put on your bed as well. A laundry basket is useful. Also something to carry your laundry in to and from wherever you can do your laundry. Clothes hangers, a small mirror for doing makeup or for anything sort of close up that you need a small mirror for. Storage bins so that you can keep things under your bed, which is really useful, I think, for storing loads of large jackets and coats and things, or when the seasons change, if you want to swap out things from your wardrobe a bit, or if there's any kind of kitchen supplies or anything that don't fit in your kitchen cupboard, keep these in some kind of storage unit or even in a suitcase under your bed out the way. And also something else that's really nice for your bedroom, just to make it a bit more homely and personal, is photos. A lot of uni accommodation does have some kind of pin board in it, so take some pins with you, print out some photos, and you can make a nice little display on that. And then of course there's electronics, which I'm pretty sure will be at the top of a lot of people's lists. So this will include things like your phone, laptop. Of course, a lot of uni stuff is done online now, so a laptop is useful. Check whether you've got Wi-Fi in your room or whether you need an Ethernet cable, I think that's what it's called. Also, if you've got a Mac, you need the like Thunderbolt Ethernet adapter kind of thing. So check what kind of internet you've got in your room first as well. And then you may want to take a camera to get pictures or film if you do YouTube, and headphones to listen to music, obviously. A pen drive or some kind of external hard drive is always useful to have to back up all of your work, so that if your computer does crash or something goes wrong, as technology does sometimes do, then at least you have a backup of all your work and it's stored in 2 places as well, so it's just extra safe, especially for when you've been working on like long essays and stuff and you really don't want to have to start or do them all over again. Then moving into the bathroom, of course you need your toothbrush and toothpaste. Again, they're obvious items that I often forget to think about when packing for holiday. Then you'll need some kind of shower towel. You might want to buy a couple so that you can always have a clean one spare while the other one's either waiting to be washed or being washed. A small towel is useful as well for washing your face or drying your hair. Any kind of hair appliances that you use, so like hair dryer, straighteners, a curler. Then you'll also want shampoo, conditioner, body wash. I always think when moving to uni, it's quite good to keep your bathroom toiletries quite basic, so don't take all these fancy extra gels and stuff, and just keep the packing minimal, or buy those kind of things once you actually get to your uni and get to accommodation, because if not, they take up a lot of room. You may also want to take some kind of moisturizer, any daily bathroom products that you use on a regular basis, things like deodorant as well would be useful, or perfumes. Of course, makeup if you use makeup, sanitary products, always handy to have on you. Tweezers, I feel like they're another thing that I would easily forget to take. Then also nail scissors and cutters are also very useful. If you do often paint your nails, then nail polish remover, nail polish itself might be something you want to think about taking too. And then on to the final section for this list. It's definitely a lot of stuff. There's so much I still haven't packed and sorted. And looking at this list now, I'm like, where's it all gonna go? But of course, as you are going to uni and you're going there to study, you're going there to do work, technically, you will need some kind of stationery with you. And I'm not gonna lie, heading back to school every year, getting to get fresh stationery, brand new pencils, paper, notebooks, everything like that, a brand new school bag. I used to love it, so I'm kind of excited to go stationery shopping again. And you will need, of course, pens and pencils, notepads. I suggest getting different notepads for different modules or different parts of your course. That way it's just easier to know what's what and keep everything organized. Any textbooks and things that you need as well, check beforehand with the uni, whether you can just buy them when you get there or whether you need to buy any beforehand as well. And then plastic wallets and a binder and folder is great for organising any loose sheets or paper, or your notes as well that you might want to remove from your notebook and keep in some kind of folder. Coloured bookmarkers are always great. I love those little sort of post-it ones which are all different colours. Getting organised, organising all the different chapters or modules in your notebook so you can pinpoint where important stuff is, or also pinpointing important pages in your textbooks as well. Highlighters as well are great for highlighting important information. Some kind of planner. Now this is a definite must, as it will really help you to stay organised, know what's going on, making sure that you don't miss any deadlines for anything, and just overall keep you really organised and on top of things. And it will honestly make such a difference. Using a planner makes everything a lot less stressful. Even though you've still got the work to do, you can see what you've done, you feel productive because of that, you can see what's coming up, and you can plan and use your time wisely. Then also things like a stapler, staples, hole punch, scissors, all to help organise your papers and stuff. Plain paper, of course, is very useful, as well as post-its, just to note down any little things that you might have. And then a calculator if your course requires one or has some kind of maths element to it. And of course, then sellotape as well might be useful, or a Pritt stick if you have to cut and stick anything at all. Or again, for organising notes, if you want to chop bits up and stick them into different areas, that might be useful too. So that was like very full-on list of what to pack for uni. I've covered, I think, most of like the essentials and basics. Let me know if there's anything that I haven't mentioned that you've thought of. Mention it down below in the comments, because I'm gonna use that list as my basis for packing as well, because there's just so much to think of, so I'm happy that I've got a list. I hope you found this useful. Let me know if it did give you any last minute reminders or just really help you with packing in general. I would suggest that anything that you really haven't thought of or anything that I've mentioned in this video that you suddenly thought, oh yes, I need to remember that, just write it down on a piece of paper, make a little checklist with all the things that you've forgotten or haven't yet thought about. Just that way then you know you're definitely gonna do it and get round to it, and you can just tick them off as you pack them or as you get it sorted, which I always find really useful. I'm such a listy person, that's why I love doing that kind of thing. If you did enjoy this video and find it useful, be sure to smash a big thumbs up. Also, if you'd like me to do sort of any stationery hauls or homeware hauls once I actually get to uni and get all my supplies in, then let me know if that's something that you'd like to see on my channel, or any other kind of uni hauls or uni related videos. Let me know what you'd like to see down below in the comments. Also, don't forget to click on that little red subscribe button down below if you're new to my channel, as well as tapping on that notifications bell so that you're notified whenever I upload. And I will be sure to see you on Sunday with a brand new video. Bye!